What is good, YouTube? AJ Boogie back at it again, bringing you that WWE Summerslam. Whoa, Boogie. All you done when you make WWE videos, all you do is hate. It's not that I'm a hater of the WWE, I just think they make the wrong moves as far as storylines sometimes. But I will give credit where credit is due, and this was a good pay-per-view. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I'm not going to talk about every single match, I'm going to talk about the ones that stood out to me the most, and the very first one that stood out to me was the Divas match. And I don't like Diva matches, okay? That's a perfect time for me to go get food and go to the bathroom, do whatever I gotta do to wait for the next match. But Charlotte Flair and Trish Stratus, that was the best match so far of that pay-per-view. I mean, I am thoroughly convinced that Trish Stratus does not age. And I like the match because it was a battle of two different eras. Trish Stratus being from Canada, the crowd was right behind her. The Canadian crowd started singing the national anthem. It was lit. And you see, I would have never thought in a million years that my favorite match of a WWE pay-per-view would be a women's match. But it was incredible. We saw the figure eight by Trish Stratus and Charlotte Flair. My only problem though, I don't like how they made Trish Stratus tap out to end the match. So let's move on to the match I was highly anticipating. Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton. Y'all know Randy Orton is my favorite. Not necessarily right now because all the WWE does is just make him lose. I don't even know why he's in this title match. But this Kofi Kingston era, it's gotta stop. I'm so sick and tired of him. He's way too corny for me. I remember when the match started and Kofi came out for his entrance. I'm thinking to myself, please, whatever you do, don't bring the pancakes. So corny, so childish, you're a clown. The best part of Kofi and the pancakes was when he hit that one chick in the head. If I'm Vince McMahon, I would tell Kofi, quit the pancakes, quit all that corny shit. The only way I would let the pancake stuff fly is if he's throwing it at people trying to hit him in the face, alright? I want to see some violence with those pancakes. And yet again, this was a great match. I had a belief that Randy Orton was going to win that match at one point. I thought it was awesome how half the crowd is chanting Kofi stupid and the other half of the crowd was chanting Randy sucks. The Canadian crowd, I'm telling you what, y'all did a good job. You kept it lit the whole time. But when Randy Orton hit that RKO off the top rope on Kofi Kingston and he didn't pin him, I knew right then and there, Randy Orton's not winning this match. Something's going to happen. And of course, you know when a wrestler's family is in the front row, they always sit in the same exact spot. You know something's going to happen. The family's going to get involved in one way or another. So anyway, we had the RKO off the top rope. Orton does not pin him. So you know something's going to happen. They both roll out of the ring. And it was a count out. In the title match, you got a double count out. What kind of crap is that? I mean, really, WWE? You could have had 10 different finishes to that match. I was fully expecting Orton to lose that match, but a double count out? My gosh. Did anybody hear the referee counting during that match when both those guys were outside the ring? I did not at all. And did anybody notice how quick that 10-second count was? That was a real 10-second count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 matches over. It takes a normal WWE match about probably 2 minutes to count to 10. So WWE, they butchered that match. Was great. Could have been awesome. I mean, the crowd said it all right after the match was over, chanting this was bullshit, and we all know it was. So let's talk about the Universal Championship between Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. And we all saw this coming a mile away. Seth Rollins, he's hurt. He comes out with the bandage all over his stomach. Seth Rollins is a WWE golden child. They're not going to let him lose. And I understand, there's a lot of Seth Rollins fans out there. I think it's funny, I went to a WWE show in my town and I was just trolling all the people that everybody loved. And one of them was Seth Rollins. He was the main event and I trolled so hard. And this girl right next to me, I could tell I was getting on her nerves so much. I trolled, and I could just see her. I could feel her stare right on me. She was dying to say something. And I let out, Seth Rollins sucks. And that was the final straw. She turned to me and screamed, "No, he doesn't!" And after that moment, I knew that Seth Rollins, he's a golden child of the WWE. And I could tell it was coming to that point because I could feel her stare a mile away. And she was quiet pretty much during the whole show until Seth Rollins came out. She was definitely there to watch him. And I know Seth Rollins was going to win, but I just wanted to troll just to be that guy. But anyway, Seth Rollins, he gets the crap beat out of him at the beginning of the match, turns it all around, switches the momentum. You know, the WWE sweetheart. And Seth Rollins wins, and she turned at me and she just started screaming. And I knew, I was like, oh, you trying to go right here, right now? You want to be the main event to this show? But Boogie doesn't get down like that. He's just there to troll, and that's my only purpose. But the last thing I want to talk about, my new favorite wrestler now, The Fiend. I love this guy. I love his character. I love his moxie. He's kind of got the Undertaker kind of feel to him. I mean, this dude is legit a nightmare. He's scary looking. That mask, that entrance, how when he won, when he crushed Finn Balor, and he had his epic way of leaving. Like I said, that Canadian crowd, they said it all. How they were chanting, that was awesome. That was awesome. It's good to see a character with some personality. That's all the heat I got. AJ Boogie signing out. Boom!